Good evening. My name is Alison Gaston, and I have the honor and pleasure of introducing my dad, Regent Maury Gaston, tonight. I have never known a time without Sigma Nu. Attending Grand Chapter has been the highlight of my summer 7 times now. But before my first Grand Chapter in Boston in 2010, Sigma Nu has played a major role in my life. I'm related to 16 Sigma Nus who joined through chapters across the country. But many of these relationships and none of these trips, including this one, would have been possible without my dad. I've also never known a time where my dad didn't hold a leadership position within Sigma Nu. In college, he served as chapter recorder and treasurer. He served Beta Theta's House Corporation as a division commander for a decade and as Grand Chaplain before joining the High Council in 2014. Many of you already knew or heard about his leadership positions this week. But there's so much more to my dad than these positions. If there's anything to know about Maury Gaston, it's this. He loves his relationships with his faith, family, and friends. Sigma Nu, obviously. Auburn University, American Cast Iron Pipe Company, where he worked for 42 years until his retirement last summer, and vacuuming. My dad loves to vacuum. He vacuums his office every morning and probably has the cleanest truck you will ever lay eyes on. When I talk to him on the phone, he's almost always on his way to or from Mr. Car Wash, where he has a membership to get his truck washed and vacuumed however many times he wants every month. He even drove it here all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, and I wouldn't be surprised if he made a pit stop at a Mr. Car Wash along the way. When Sigma Nu Executive Director Brad Beecham first reached out to me about introducing my dad tonight, he sent me this photo. That'll be shown in a second. And he sent the following message as well. This is a picture of your dad running the vacuum at our Center for Excellence during a Lexington Leadership Institute in June. While humorous, this photo embodies what I think is one of your dad's greatest leadership traits, and that is humble servant leadership. It's not about him, it's about those whom he serves. I don't think that there's a better way to describe my dad. He's the type of person to wake up every morning and ask, not what his position, Sigma Nu, community, alma mater, or anything else that he's involved in can do for him. Instead, he always asks what he can do for them. He's consistently the first person to show up and the last one to leave. He keeps calendar appointments to remind him of every friend's birthday or major life event, and he carves out time every morning to check in on them. Many of you have likely received heartfelt letters from him at some point. During holidays, he volunteers himself to do the cooking and cleaning of a main meal and will kick out anybody else who tries to help. And he's the kind of person who will hold the top leadership position in an organization and ask, "How can I help you? Where's the vacuum?" In his opening remarks as regent in Fort Lauderdale 2 years ago, he reminded attendees that showing up and doing good work goes a long way. Dad, since you first joined Sigma Nu in 1977, you have consistently shown up and done good work. I speak on behalf of Mom, your brothers and nephews and their families here tonight, our family who couldn't make it, and our family watching from above, and your fraternity brothers in this room, in saying thank you. Thank you for your service and leadership that you have dedicated to Sigma Nu for so many years. While your time as regent may be coming to an end, another door is opening and we can't wait to watch you step through it. So now, for the last time, one of the last times, please give a warm welcome to my dad, your 68th Sigma Nu Regent, Maury Gaston.
Well, thank you, Allison. If you've been around very long, you know that things like that can loosen up those emotional controls. So I'm trying to collect myself. Brothers and honored guests, and didn't she do a great job? She's been... She served her AD Pi sorority, 3 executive terms, property manager, VP of operations, and president. She was an SGA senator. She graduated both times with a red cap, which means a 4-point GPA. Nancy and I could not be more proud and grateful for Allison. So thank you very much, sweetheart. So brothers and guests, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the banquet of the 71st Grand Chapter. There are some things even the Regent doesn't know about Grand Chapter, and whatever this is next is one of those. I have no idea what it's about, but if you will, please welcome Brother Chris Graham from the great state of Texas.
Well, like all good Texans, you know to always have your gun loaded and save your most important bullet for your best shot. And I'm going to take it right now. For this presentation, I would ask that Brother Jerry Fields, a fellow Texan, join me up front tonight for this presentation. Brother Regent, I first met you at the 2010 Grand Chapter in Boston, and in the 15 years since that time, I've got to know you better. From serving with you on the 2014 Ritual Committee to attending different events together over the past several years. And this goes beyond the things that most people know, such as your pride from being from Sylacauga, Alabama. Now you know why I asked. Your love for the Beta Theta chapter and Auburn University, War Eagle. Really? Come on. And the love you have for your family, as well as the rich Sigma Nu tradition in your family. One thing that I have learned is your deep appreciation and positive attitude for the state of Texas, and I want to share a few of those expressions you have shown. First, prior to your retirement from the American Cast Iron Pipe Company, you often shared with me how much pride you had in one of their manufacturing facilities that produces fire hydrants that is located in my hometown of Beaumont, Texas. You talked on multiple occasions on how great a facility it was and how great the people that work there are. Additionally, as you all have already heard tonight, you often pointed out fire hydrants that were made in my hometown and did it with pride. Second, at the Iota Theta chapter at SMU's 50th anniversary, you shared with me that you lived in Dallas, Texas, not far from where we celebrated the Friday and Saturday night events. You also shared how much you enjoyed your time living in Texas. And to show that where you lived was destiny, you even shared a picture from a street corner near where you lived at the intersection of Gaston and Auburn, as you see on the screen. Finally, in your service as our regent, you chose to bring our brotherhood together here in the beautiful city of San Antonio, which played a major role in the history of the Lone Star State, as the Alamo sits just a few hundred yards from where we are gathered tonight. Brother Regent, could I ask that you come stand next to Jerry? For your passion and pride in our state, on behalf of the state of Texas and all Texan Sigma Nus, I am honored to present this to you, an honorary Texan certificate that has been authorized and signed by the Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott.
Texas video.
Not quite done. Finally, We would also like to recognize your wife, Nancy, and daughter, Allison, and I would ask that Nancy please come stand beside Maury. And Allison, please stand. We know that without their support, that Maury would not have been able to accomplish everything he did over the past 2 years as our regent. 1 second. We are presenting them with a clutch of a white rose surrounded by yellow roses, which was suggested to me by my wife, Amy. The white rose is obviously symbolic of Sigma Nu, and the yellow roses are symbolic of the state of Texas for women who provide support and service to others. And there is no doubt that the support of Nancy and Allison benefited Maury, as well as our entire fraternity. And as a grateful fraternity, we thank you. Can you please come stand? Gotta get the picture. Please give a round of applause for Maury, Nancy, and Alison Gaston. You're welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome, man.
So I moved from Dallas to Birmingham and soon met Nancy, and we began dating, and I was telling her all these things about Texas. Texas this and Texas that. And finally one day she said, "Maury, I get it. Everything's bigger and better in Texas. You don't have to remind me again." So we have a number of friends and family in the audience tonight, and they're 4 from the interfraternal world that I'd like us to recognize briefly and let them know how much we appreciate the relationship that Sigma Nu enjoys with their organizations and our joint efforts. You heard Joe instituted the Lexington Triad meetings, and as all good Sigma Nus know, the Lexington Triad is composed of Sigma Nu, founded at VMI, of ATO, founded at VMI, and the Kappa Alpha Order, founded at Washington, and probably Washington College, today known as Washington and Lee. We have Wynn Smiley, Executive Director of ATO. Please stand, Wynn. We have Larry Weiss of Kappa Alpha. Larry. We have Larry's beautiful wife, Dawn, who is an expert in higher education. Please stand, Dawn. Higher education matters, and I would recommend that you go home and Google Dawn Weiss on the value of fraternities, Wall Street Journal, and you will see an op-ed that she wrote and published in the Wall Street Journal a couple of years ago about the value of the fraternity experience. And we also have Gene Pickett, the former Chi Omega president. And a Regent's Medallion of Merit recipient. And Dawn is as well, right? Good. I should know this. Larry and Wynn, have y'all received the Regent's Medallion of Merit? You have? Okay, well, we've got four Medallion of Merit recipients there. Good. Brad cringes when I start talking like this. So. Okay. Well, thank you all very much. It's been the honor of my life to be your 68th Regent. I am incredibly grateful for this experience. It is my hope that I have fulfilled this charge well and faithfully. I thank my fellow High Council members and salute them for their service and dedication to our mission and our purpose. I congratulate soon-to-be Regent Ratterman and wish him and his family all the best and pledge my support, and I congratulate our newly elected High Council. I've been a member of this High Council 11 years, and it has been a delightful experience in every way. Both the alumni and collegiate brothers of these 5 High Councils have become my dearest friends and will remain so until the darkening shadows of light. I shouldn't have looked at Brett. And will remain so until the darkening shadows of life's closing day, as Brother Chris Graham reminded us in his beautiful recitation of our creed yesterday. Thank you, Chris, for everything you have done to enhance this grand chapter in your home state of Texas. And congratulations again on your Regent's Medallion of Merit. We have an exceptionally well-led and well-managed fraternity, and I commend Hall of Honor member Brother Brad Beecham, his leadership, his talented team who worked so hard and so effectively for the betterment of the Legion of Honor. In these 11 years, we were not just marking time. We have made a positive difference. We have advanced the principles and the values of Sigma Nu, love, honor, and truth. We have shared with collegians and alumni alike that these are timeless values and unchangeable truths. We have focused on our strategic plan and contributed to Sigma Nu providing the best collegiate and alumni fraternity experience in America. We have educated the broader public that fraternities in general and Sigma Nu in particular are good for America, good for society, good for our culture, good for our young men, good for our alumni, good for our wives and our children, our churches, our communities, our businesses, and more. Fraternities in general and Sigma Nu in particular are good for our universities. We graduate in 4 years at 14 points higher than non-Greeks. We retain to the sophomore year at 13 points higher. And all higher ed officials will tell you if you can get them back for a sophomore year, chances are you're going to graduate them. We have employment after graduation at 10 points higher. We give back to our alma mater at 4 times the rate of non-Greeks. And significantly, disproportionately, as you heard here tonight, serve and lead across our campuses and universities. Every university president and every university board should embrace fraternities for the betterment of their institution and to move the American university back to once again being the bulwark of our republic, as Walter James Sears so eloquently referred in our creed to our colleges and universities. Our fraternity and our foundation are aligned as never before, evidenced by the Mighty Oaks campaign announced this week and well on its way to success. I thank my brother Bob Lalonde and give my very best wishes and gratitude to Bob and to Joe Francis, the incoming chairman of our foundation board. We completed the Spear Center for Excellence and 2 summers of Lexington Leadership Institute. That is a generational accomplishment, and we are grateful for Brother Sears and Epsilon chapter at Oklahoma State University. Nothing happens without money, and the financial strength of Sigma Nu has never been stronger. The pandemic was a gut punch to so many endeavors, and we not only persevered, but Sigma Nu grew stronger, showing the world the value of fraternities to mental health, to grit and resilience, to overall well-being. Simply put, fraternity men in general, and Sigma Nu in particular, fared better in the pandemic because of the support and fraternal environment and relationships around them. And these are just a few of the highlights of 11 years as part of this esteemed High Council. We were not just marking time. We made a difference for the better. We made Sigma Nu and the fraternity world stronger, and we leave her in good hands. We advance the aspiration of providing the best collegiate and alumni fraternity experience in America. So with a heart of gratitude and fulfillment, I offer my best wishes to the 71st Grand Chapter and the entirety of the Sigma Nu Brotherhood, and pledge my support to the new High Council and to Regent Ratterman. May the Supreme Regent of the universe bless our fraternity, bless your chapter, your family, our nation. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, you're very kind. This is Steve's night. Steve, if you'll come forward. I have come to learn that this is a nervous moment for every outgoing regent because this small catch on the badge is a real bear. So let's hope we're not here for 10 minutes. Okay, that's good.
Don't forget those.
Steve, if you'll raise your right hand and repeat the oath of the Regency. I promise upon my honor,
I promise upon my honor,
as a knight and a gentleman,
as a knight and a gentleman,
that I shall conform to
that I shall conform to
and abide by
and abide by
the law of Sigma Nu Fraternity,
the law of Sigma Nu Fraternity,
and I shall faithfully perform
and I shall faithfully perform
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
to which I have been elected,
to which I have been elected,
or of any office
or of any office,
to which I may succeed.
or to any office which I may succeed.
Now it would be my honor to pin you with the Regent's badge, which I have just completed out of order. Ladies and gentlemen, the 69th Regent of Sigma Nu Fraternity, Brother Steve Ratterman.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you. Legacy. You have to hand the legacy. Thank you, brothers and guests. What a tremendous honor it is to stand before you tonight as the 69th Regent of Sigma Nu. As I've thought about stepping into this role, I've thought back at all the incredible brothers who have held this role before me. To say that I'm humbled, that would be an understatement. Before I ask Maury to come back up so that we might acknowledge his leadership as our 68th Regent, let me share some observations with you that Grand Chaplain Drew Loxton offered about him in Birmingham earlier this year. And some of you are going to hear this for a second time today. During his comments, and I'm paraphrasing, Drew noted Maury's genuine interest in everyone he meets. Maury's uncanny ability to meet people where they are and offer them what they need most in the moment. Drew noted how Maury leads with honor and humility. And without hyperbole, Drew noted that Maury has exceeded at every role that God had given him. Son, brother, husband, father, uncle, Auburn alumnus, Sigma Nu, engineer, Division Commander, Grand Chaplain, Vice Regent, and Regent. And I might add, to the chagrin of one Jason Lyons, Maury is the greatest advocate and promoter of steel pipe ever. They say you should learn something new every day, and while I was reminded earlier today of Howard's obsession with polishing silver, I had no idea that Maury had an obsession with the vacuum cleaner. Needless to say, Maury has continued the tradition of great regents and leaves big shoes to fill. He has been a great friend for almost 20 years and has been a trusted mentor the last 2 years. So Maury, if you'll come up. First, allow me to present you with the past Regent's badge.
Thank you.
And on behalf of the fraternity, the certificate of appreciation for your leadership of our fraternity. Thank you so much.